What's up guys, Christian Hermansky here, Century 21 AA Realty, the red shirt realtor in the house. And what I'm going to go into today, by the way, I got a new lighting system, so now half of my face doesn't get cut off, but I can barely see the camera, and it's making me go blind. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is actually last weekend I went to the Real Estate Wealth Expo event, and I got to see a lot of cool speakers come on. I got a chance to see Tony Robbins, Herjavec from Shark Tank. I got to see Pitbull. Suze Orman was another person that was there. Grant Cardone was there, and they had a lot of good tidbits about real estate and motivation, the kind of mindsets that you want to have. To help you out in the future, to kind of have like different shifts in your mindset, to just make you an all-around more positive person and to be a more certain type of person, as well as the real estate investor side, which I'm not really going to go into today. I just kind of want to go into like the motivational, the mindset side. I'll probably do a video sometime in the future about the whole real estate investor side. I don't want to go too deeply into it because I'm still kind of learning about the real estate investing side. It's something that I want to do in the future. So I'm more on the real estate retail side, but once I'm still getting the ropes down for the flipping, the BRRRR, meaning the buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat process. All that stuff I'm still pretty new to. Okay. So the first speaker that I had a chance to see was Rob Herjavec from Shark Tank, and his panel was called The Will to Win. So here's some great key points that he shared with everybody at the event, which was a crazy amount of people. We had like 7,000 people come to the event. You had different vendors, you had different people speaking, and it was quite intense. So the first point that he made is have confidence in yourself to sell yourself. If you want someone to invest in you, invest in yourself first. So if you want to have confidence in what you're portraying and what you're saying, in the ideas that you want to share, if you have to have confidence in yourself first before even sharing those ideas, because if you don't have confidence in yourself, nobody's going to buy into what you are trying to sell or portray, or you're trying to convey to people. If you don't have the confidence within yourself, imagine me coming up to somebody trying to tell them about an idea, and the first thing they see is me going, "Hey, so I have this idea. I hope you like it. I mean, if you don't, that's fine too." Like, if you don't have that confidence within yourself, people are going to easily tune out, and they're not going to follow along, and they're not even, if you sound like you don't believe in what you're selling, the person is definitely not going to believe in what you're selling. So nobody's going to find you. You have to tell the world why you're different. So a lot of people, I did this for a long time myself, is I would just wait there and just hoping that good things will happen to me. Just sit down or just watch TV and just hope for the best. Like, oh, hopefully I'll be a millionaire someday, or hopefully I'm gonna have the social life that I always wanted. And I learned very quick that is just not the way it works. You have to put yourself out there. You're gonna have to learn the skills that will get you to where you want to be, and you have to show people why you're different. Everybody's unique, and if you don't show people, they're not going to know what makes you different, what makes you unique. Don't take the safe path. Be courageous in the face of fear and doubt. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. If you want to get somewhere fast, work for people who are already there. So if you have a career that you are very interested in, whether it be real estate, marketing, let's say you want to, I don't know, be a social media influencer, whatever career you're looking for, the best way and the fastest way is pretty much reaching out to people that already are there, and either asking them, hey, I'll do this for free, I'll intern for you. Maybe they'll give you some money to do, even if it's a little bit, maybe they'll give you some money to help them out. And that's the way to get started. It's like you want to learn from the people that already have the success to get you there. You know, I mean, you can read as many books as you want to, but without actually being in the field and taking the proper action, it's very hard to get you to the level of success that you truly want to be at a faster pace. Like, you can always get there through reading, doing all the research, and taking small action, but you know, this would be just a faster way of going about it. You see life as a miracle or not, it's all perspective. I like stuff that's like about like changing your mindset and perspective, because I feel like if you change your perspective on life, regardless of if the situation is good or bad, if you see things as all good, but you see, you know, the failures in it, if you see why something didn't work, you know, like, take the failure, don't judge yourself kind of thing, and also look at the positives. What you learn from it goes a long way. So I just like that. You can see life as a miracle or not. It's all perspective, you know. It's all what you make of it, pretty much. This is more towards sales that he went into, how to improve your sales skills. He gave us 3 main things, which is dress for success, hopefully like a shirt, tie, suit if you're in sales, you know, pretty much just dress the part of what you're going for. So maybe if you're a contractor, you would wear a shirt with your logo, you know, maybe wear some construction pants, whatever it is. Just kind of fit what your career is, and you know what you're kind of catering towards. Tonality and cadence is number 2. That one is super important. I've learned ever since I started in real estate how, you know, people really do look at the way you speak. You know, how fast you speak, how slow you speak. Do you speak with confidence? Do you speak with, you know, a little shy? Do you emphasize certain words? Do you kind of just skim through everything, kind of sound very bland? It all definitely goes into, you know, being a good salesperson, because, you know, if you have the proper tonality and cadence, people tend to focus on what you're saying more, they pay more attention, they remember easier what you have said because of your tonality and cadence. So you want to have a diverse kind of tonality and cadence to keep people hooked on what you're saying. How you stand and proper posture. Hopefully I have the proper posture right now. That is extremely important, because, you know, if you have somebody coming up to you and they're slouched, head is down, you know, not making eye contact, one, you kind of feel that like that person doesn't fully have confidence, they don't fully take care of themselves, and they're a little shy, or maybe they're even hiding something if they aren't willing to make eye contact with you. Another one is like a handshake. Is the handshake firm? You know, not too sloppy, like a dead fish or a cold fish, where like you like go to shake somebody's hand and it just feels like limp. Or are they putting too much aggressive pressure to make it seem like are they trying to show off that they have more power than me? You know, it's like that balance. So you definitely want to be aware of your posture and how, you know, your body language, how you actually talk to people, and the way you look. So another one is dream big, because the human mind will grow once it's expanded. That one is a cool one, because, you know, sometimes I'm just like afraid to dream big, because I'm like, oh, what if this is way out of my realm? Like, what if I can't actually achieve this? So what he's saying is, like, dream big, and like it'll expand your mindset. And since the human brain is already evolved to grow, it's like you expand your mindset and your brain will grow into that type of mindset physically. So if you just picture in your mind the person that you already want to be, as you're already that person, your brain will tell your subconscious, hey, you are already that person, and you will take action to actually become that person. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Success is the greatest eraser to the failures of your past. I love that one. That one is awesome. So another big reason why I took a lot of or I procrastinated a lot, or had no action towards the goals that I really wanted to achieve, was because I'm like, oh, what if people judge me? What if I fail? What if I'm not good? What if I don't make it? And what he's saying is pretty much, hey, fail all you want, because if you just get that one little success, nobody's going to remember the failures. Like, look at all the people you admire, like actors, successful business owners, entrepreneurs, successful investors. All those people, does anybody ever focus on their failures? I feel like what we do naturally is what we believe that, hey, that person was already successful forever. Like, we never look at what it took to get to where they are now, because it's a lot of failures that those people had to experience in order to learn to get to the success they have now. So I like that. That kind of puts my mind at ease that, hey, let's take a little more risk, because I'll take the risk now, and then it'll bring me the success I'm looking for, and then nobody's going to remember any of the failures in the past. So I think that was a pretty cool, and that was motivational for me. It's my responsibility to make people listen to me, not for them to listen. So that goes like with entitlement. Like, don't expect people just because you have a voice to listen to you with interest or intrigue. That goes back to why you got to show people that you're different. It's, you gotta show people why they should listen to you. What information do you have that will help them in their life? What information do you have, or what steps do you have for people to take action and get to where they want to be in life? Always focus on growth. I forget who said that. So there's no complacency. It's either you're growing or you're going down in life. So if you're always focused on growth, if you're always focused on the next step, you always will be growing. Your success will grow, your social life will grow, your relationship with yourself will grow, and that's something that you always want to focus on, is the growth. The only thing you control in life is yourself. There are no excuses. Nobody cares about your problems. This one is a little harsh, but at the same time, it's kind of liberating, because it's like, hey, I don't have to play this victim mindset. Nobody's really gonna care for me, or to put so much emphasis on me. So why play this victim mindset? Why not be empowered and actually achieve the things I want if nobody really cares about my problems? Let me just focus on myself and forget what everybody else thinks, and let me just go for the goals that I want out of life. Let me have a positive mindset. So I feel like this one in a weird, morbid way is very motivating, at least for me. I hope it is for you as well. Another one is make yourself a tool for success. The money will flow. So definitely focus and reinvest in yourself. Build the confidence, build the healthy mindset, build the healthy habits in your life, build a life. Eat healthy, work out. Just pretty much build on yourself and build that mindset of success, and the money will follow. Don't focus so much on the money. Focus on the byproduct. Focus on the things that will lead money to follow you. What's up, everybody? I'm back. Different clothes. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I don't know if I'm gonna leave it in the video, but my light shut off and I had to charge it, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'll charge it for 2 hours, and then I'll be fine. I'll go do what I have to do. I had a couple of appointments to go on, and I'll come back and redo the video or finish up the video. And no, it didn't charge in 2 hours. It took a whole night to charge, and I'm hoping it doesn't give out on me today. So please, by the gods, don't give up on me light. Okay, so what I left off on is Tony Robbins. More important than focus is strong energy, which I tend to do a lot when I'm not focused. I kind of try to force myself to focus by yelling at myself and guilting myself into it, and it never works. Gotta say, not once has it worked for me. I'll be like, come on, Christian, you gotta be focused. You gotta focus right now, or I'll even bribe myself. If you focus right now, taking you out to lunch, and doesn't work. And I try to do this every single time, like, hey, the last time didn't work, but now it's different now. If you don't have energy, don't fake it, gain it with movement and momentum. So what he's saying is that, you know, if you're not focused and you do want to build that energy, don't try to fake it. Don't try to, you know, force yourself to feel an energy that is not there. Actually, you should, you know, go out and do the things that give you that natural energy. If you have any hobbies, if you like watching, TikTok is like the new thing. If you have any funny TikTok videos or funny YouTube videos that you like to watch, you know, go and watch those. Do something that's active, maybe work out, do some yoga. Something I want to get into. I am not flexible. So, you know, do those things that will give you that natural energy. This one I really like because this, you know, when he said it, I'm like, yeah, that makes so much sense. And I tend to do the opposite of what he says, which is complexity is the enemy of execution. What I tended to do is like, you know what, I'm gonna get all of the information, I'm gonna overanalyze and then burn myself out and then take action. No, that never works. What I tend to learn, what I've learned, and I totally agree with him now, is like, get the basics of the situation, and then just start taking action. Because, you know, if you have too much information, if you have too many steps, you're gonna be like, all right, it's like 42 steps. I don't want to start. And that's what exactly happens to me every single time. 3 keys to mastery is cognitive mastery, which is understanding, emotional mastery, which is feeling, and physical mastery, which is doing. So if you want to master anything, focus on these 3 things. You know, understanding what you're trying to master, understanding everything about the thing you're trying to master. Emotional mastery, you know, what type of feeling, what kind of person do you have to become to be a master in this field. And physical mastery, which is actually doing the thing that you're, if you want to be a plumber, got to be a pretty profound plumber to be a master at it. You know, you keep doing the thing until you, especially like martial arts, if you want to, you know, have a great punch, if you want to master a punch, you have to keep doing it with repetition. Then he says, well, he actually made us draw this out on a piece of paper, which is, he had 4 rectangles. The first one was potential, which then an arrow pointing to action, and then an arrow pointing down to results, and then an arrow pointing to certainty and belief, and then it goes back up to potential. So what he's saying is that we all have potential, and with that potential we take action. With that action we get results, and with the results we get a certainty or a belief out of it. And what a lot of people tend to do, and another confession that I do this all the time too, is I just start taking action. And what he's saying is that if you want to become somebody, or if you want to achieve something, first think about it in your mind as, so let's say I want to be the greatest real estate agent ever. Just something crazy, right? He's saying that first believe in your mind that you are already that person, that you have already achieved that thing you want to achieve, and that's going to raise your potential because you have so much more certainty within yourself. And when that potential raises, you know, this will go into your RAS, your reticular activating system, and that certainty will start pinpointing the correct actions to take. So when you take the correct actions, you will start getting the correct results, and which ultimately will give you a stronger belief, and then that's going to give you even more potential. So it's going to be like an upward spiral. Start off with building your certainty. Get the result in your mind over and over to build the certainty. Okay, so pretty much what I said before. Take 100% responsibility for what you experience. You know, it's all up to you, kind of like Herjavec said. You know, life is a miracle or it's not. It's all perspective. It's all up to you. You know, if you were dealt a bad hand, or if you were put in a pretty crappy situation, you know, take responsibility for your actions. Obviously, you can't take responsibility for other people's actions, or circumstances that were way out of your control. But if you take 100% responsibility for the things you experience, you're going to be, and if you take responsibility and then have a more positive outlook on the experience, you're going to have a more positive outlook on the inside. So take responsibility. I know I gotta. Don't we all though? You don't have problems, just negative patterns. Define your patterns. I like this one because I am a self-help junkie. I love self-improvement. You gotta see my library. It's all self-help books. And what I used to do is, and I mean, I can't say I'm 100% over it, but I tended to do is think that I had all these problems that I had to overcome, and me thinking that I had all these problems to overcome kind of made me feel like I am by default broken. And anytime I think I'd overcome a problem, I'd start thinking like, oh, but there has to be I can't just be happy. There has to be another problem that I have to overcome. And I would just keep creating problems to solve, and felt like I was never actually getting anywhere. So what he's saying is that you don't have problems. Let's say something bad happened in the past. All it really is that because of what happened in the past, you've created negative patterns or negative habits, and you just got to find what those patterns and habits are, and then you just replace them with good habits instead. So instead of judging yourself for, oh, I have this problem, it's more, I just have a bad habit. If you eat shitty, just start slowly replacing it with healthier foods, and then your habit is to eat more healthier, pretty much. Self-sabotage is a lack of certainty. So, I mean, we all feel self-sabotage to some certain extent. And he's saying that the reason we self-sabotage is because we don't feel certain in actually getting the result, or feeling certain that we actually deserve the result. So if you completely build that certainty within your own mindset, self-sabotage should slowly dissipate and slowly go away, because you're building so much certainty in your mind that you are already that person that self-sabotage can't literally function and exist in it. Because how can self-sabotage exist in a world where you truly believe that you're wealthy, or you're truly healthy, or whatever it is that you want to achieve? Be resourceful if you want to succeed. Emotions will get you there because you want to fill your emotional needs. So if you have strong emotions to what you want to achieve, you can use that as leverage. Because let's say you're in a lot of pain right now. You don't like your current situation. You can use that pain as leverage to elevate you to where you actually want to be. Because emotions, people will do anything to avoid negative emotions. That's why there's a lot of negative influences and bad habits that people go to kind of avoid feeling those negative feelings. The only thing keeping you from getting what you want is the story in your head. Change your story with certainty. So it goes back to being certain, living the life you want in your mind first, and just change up that story. Don't, if you have any negative feeling towards yourself, try to replace that with a more positive feeling or a positive thought. Anytime you have a negative thought, always see the upside and replace it with a more positive thought instead, and that should change your mindset slowly or rapidly. Who knows? It could. I don't know. You could be like, I don't like this traffic, but at least I have a car to drive, and then that completely changes your life. That would be awesome. All right, but usually it's a slow, incremental kind of thing. So the next is financial powerhouse. Suze Orman, that was her keynote. That's what she called her keynote. And I've actually never experienced Suze Orman. I've never watched her show. I never watched any of her talks. I've never watched any of her interviews. And so this was like a whole completely new experience for me. And I gotta say, I loved her. She had so many good points. And some of it was more mindsets towards your finances, but you can I can say you can use this throughout anything in life. She says, every loss leads to a gain. Don't be afraid of failure. What is my greatest fear when it comes to money? So I like that she had made us do a little activity. where she said, you know, write on a piece of paper, what is your greatest fear towards money? And I said, not having the money to live life, you know, financial freedom. And she says, now write the positive, you know, the reverse positive note instead of that. Does that even make sense? Write the positive side of what your fear is. So I said, I have more money than I ever need. So instead of, if any time I have the fear of not having money to live life come into my head, I completely replace it with, I have more money than I ever need. So that goes back to like Tony Robbins, like build that mindset that's more positive, and then you're going to start taking actions, and you're going to have the belief systems that will be more positive and guide you towards the life you actually want to live. Mindset is key. Believe your worth and it shall come true. Your thoughts create your destiny. Thoughts lead to words, words lead to actions, actions lead to results. So again, if I were to say that this, if I were to say this video in one sentence, it's pretty much just change your mindset, have a more positive mindset. I'll probably call that the video, hey, positive mindset. So thoughts to words, words to actions, actions to results. And this next quote that she said, I truly love, because I am a huge Fight Club fan. And she used a line straight out of it, which is, don't buy shit you don't need to impress people you don't like. And, just great. Just so great. And, I mean, come on. How many times have we like bought a phone or a watch or a car or a house, an entire house, to impress people because we want them to feel like, whoa, Christian is successful. Well, Christian is a cool guy. And it's like you're putting their opinions above your own. You know, you're cutting into your own integrity, your own values, just so you can get the other person's approval. And she said, instead, don't impress with what you have, but who you are. So, like Rob Herjavec said before, invest in yourself. You know, if you want people to see you for somebody truly magnificent and somebody that's truly confident, you know, focus on raising your self-esteem, focus on raising your paradigm, and ultimately your internal as well as your external life. Manage yourself, the wealth will follow. Another thing that Rob Herjavec also said, which is make yourself a tool of success and the wealth will follow. Then she goes into 5 laws of money and life, and I don't know how, but I only got 4, so number 5 is going to be a mystery to all of us. I was there, I don't know how I missed it, but here's number 1, think greatness of yourself. Number 2, be generous and kind. Number 3, take great actions. Number 4, wish others greatness. All right, so those are like the main points that Suze Orman said. And then the last motivational speaker that I really liked was Trent Shelton, and his keynote was called The Greatest You. And he had 5 main, if you want to truly expand yourself and expand your mind and expand your, grow as a person, he had like 5 main key points, which the first one is commitment. Stay loyal to what you said you were going to do long after the mood you set it in has left you. So, we all make commitments when we're motivated, and what he's saying is that you have to take that way past after the motivation dies. If you truly want something out of life, when the motivation dies, you got to keep, pushing and pushing until you truly achieve what you want out of life. And in parentheses I wrote, inconvenience will show your level of commitment. So let's say something inconveniences you, it makes your goal a little harder. Will that inconvenience make or break you? If that little thing, will that little thing force you to stray off the path and completely give up? Or will it push you to work even harder? You'll know if what you're chasing or what you're striving to get is truly, something that's important to you. Number 2, discipline. Get good at saying no to the things that don't move you towards your yes. So I will gotta say, I was and still am quite of a people pleaser. So this one was definitely helpful for me. When I started saying no to things that aren't in my realm, that help me achieve my goal, one, it freed up a lot of my time, and two, I feel like I have more integrity now. So that's a plus. Consistency. Anchor your actions in greatness daily so you produce nothing less than your very best. Alright, so be consistent. You gotta keep doing what you gotta do. Consistency is, not 100%. Sometimes you'll be doing way better than you could ever imagine. Sometimes you'll be doing way worse than you could ever imagine. But try to find that level basis, in whatever you're trying to achieve. Number 4 is have faith. Believe the odds are beatable, even when the odds say it's impossible. So even when you feel like your goal is unachievable, like Tony Robbins says, first build that certainty, and your mindset will ultimately make you take the right actions, and then the right actions will make you get the right results, and then the right results will give you the correct beliefs. Heart. Find the strength to give more even when everything else, even yourself, says you have nothing left. So, yeah, even when you're feeling at your weakest point, even feel like you don't feel like continuing, find that last piece of strength, because that last piece of strength could help out another person, or it could be enough to spark that motivation within you again, and then your willpower will completely fill up, and that could be the deciding factor, that last piece of strength to get you to the goal you want to achieve. So those were the main things that I've learned at the Wealth Expo. There was a lot of real estate investing stuff, but I didn't want to mesh those together because that would be too much information and it would be all over the place. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, Christian Harmansky, Century 21 AA Realty, Red Shirt Realtor. I'm not wearing my red shirt right now because I was hoping to finish the video yesterday, but it didn't happen. So, peace.